Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor. I'm having some sweet tea and I've got one of those hot pad things on my back. Someone told me that I needed my lower back issues I was talking about. They told me I needed to go get one of these sticky pads, and it's like it makes your back feel really hot when you put it on, and it gives you a little bit of relief. So it's better than just sitting here hurting. But anyway, let's move along here. I'm giving a second shout out today to XRP Big Time. This is at X Big Time. I showed you this earlier today, and I think we skipped over maybe just how huge this is. This is the CEO of Omega One just told the host of Bloomberg that in the next 10 years, traditional investments will be made on blockchain and cryptocurrency digital assets. It blew their minds. It's really funny because these hosts on Bloomberg, it's amazing to watch this, and you need to go watch it. Go to X Big Time and watch this, because the hosts literally go, oh, so blockchain, so that's how it'll work. There will be bond trading on blockchain, and I'm sitting here just shaking my head, thinking, you and I have been talking about this for the last 10 plus months, it seems like this is the obvious thing that's going to happen. And now these people finally, the people who are supposed to be so intelligent and know finance so well, meanwhile, the world's about to change and they just figured it out. But here's why I wanted to show you this again. And that is because Crypto Bond 007 tweeted this out after he saw this, and I'm assuming it's a he. Doesn't this all look familiar? The guy on Bloomberg explaining how everything will be on blockchain. Flashback, the internet in 1995. And if you watch this, this is from the Today Show back in 1995. For those of you that don't remember, in 1995, just to describe for you how it was, coming from a 45-year-old man, what was going on in 1995, as I recall, we were just figuring out what email addresses were, for one thing. The other thing is everybody had to have a website. Having a website was what you were supposed to have. The next thing that was going on at about that time is we had dial-up internet connections. Those you young people out there don't realize how brutal that was. You literally would sit there and you'd push a button and your computer would dial in to the internet, and you would hear this sound. It would be like, and then it would connect, and once you were connected, it was about 1/1000th of how fast your internet connection today is. And you could be trying to buy something. They did have Amazon and eBay, as I recall, and you could try to buy something, but you might get kicked off the internet while you were doing it. It was terrible. And as you know, now everything's fast. But back then you couldn't do all of that. And so this was a clip from when they're all looking at each other with these confused looks and saying, well, what is the internet? And then they're all suspicious of, oh, that sounds dangerous. The same type of thing that always happens with new technology is the same thing that's going on now, where initially they said, oh, Bitcoin, that's just for money launderers and all this. The same thing that's going on. People are scared of change, folks. People are terrified of change. My wife is more terrified of change than anyone that I know. But with regard to digital assets, luckily when I went to her and I told her, I'm going to put a little money towards this, and if I'm right, it'll change everything. If I'm wrong, we're going to lose this money. When I did that in 2013, luckily, She probably rolled her eyes at me a little bit, but she's not rolling them now. I can promise you that. But this is how society operates. Things that we don't understand, we immediately go negative on. And that's why those of you that, especially you young people out there, don't ever be the person that tries to put down someone's idea, or someone who's trying to go and do a new creation or do something different from what the crowd is doing, because those are the people that win in the end. And what you'll learn in life is, and I've said it before like this. There's a Morrissey song, and it's called "We Hate It When Our Friends Become Successful." In that same vein, many people, if you ever, and it happened to me when I was first investing in digital assets, if anyone sees you doing anything that might, let me say this in the right way. If anyone sees you being willing to take a risk, or go out on a limb, or do something that everybody else is not doing, and go in the other direction from where the sheeple are going, they immediately, it almost scares them, the idea that you might hit on something that they didn't have the guts to try. Don't ever be that person that puts down someone else's idea, or tells them how stupid they are for trying something new. Because trying something new and keeping your eyes and ears open to possibilities and opportunities, that the rewards go to those people. They don't go to the people who are now asking you how to get in digital assets and laughed at you a year or two ago. So there's my spiel on that. But that is human nature. That is how people are. And guess what? The digital asset investor is kind of glad that they are, because that is why there is opportunity for those of us that can ignore the naysayers and do what we know we need to do, and do what makes sense. Go with your gut. And I'll say it this way to finish it up. Go with your gut. Don't go with the opinions of others, especially if the others are just a bunch of followers. Go with your gut. If it feels right, if everything, after you do all your homework and you study something and you just know inside that it's got to be right. Now, that's not to say that you're going to be right every time, but all you got to do is be right once in life, just one time. Just remember, 10 months ago, my father told me, hey, you ought to start a YouTube channel and talk about digital assets, because you could do this as good as anybody. I sit here 10 months later with almost 50,000 subscribers. Not in a million years would I have told you that was going to be something that I would even think of doing. Never. But it did happen because I took a chance, did something, and I didn't care. I mean, I had people, oh, you're going to start a YouTube channel, ha ha ha. I had all of that. I didn't pay any attention to that. Never. That's one thing that I can tell you. I will never pay attention to naysayers. In fact, I love naysayers. It gives me a better indication of where to go. And I'm sorry I just went on that rant, but it's an important rant. And you young people, especially out there, remember that rant, because everything I just said is 100% true. Be your own person. All right, from Mike Preston, at Mike Preston, CW12. Sent me this. Watch this closely, folks. I'm going to go back to here and let you watch this. See, tell me what you see in this. Look at the guy in the black hat. Oh yeah, that's what you call adoption, my friends. Adoption. That is an XRP holder. All right, moving along. Sorry, I didn't give the proper shout out there. This is from Ripple Press, if you want to go see this, at Ripple Press. And then from Leonidas, Codex Exchange adds XRP with BTC and USDT pairs. This is the fourth exchange this week that lists XRP after Coinberry.io, at Valor.com, and Rain Financial. Folks, this is like 3 or 4 just in the last few days. The liquidity is coming along. Okay, this is from X-Men XRP at XRP33. Sends me this. This is huge. How many times have I told you on this channel that as the markets phase in, you're going to see ratings agencies come in? Well, this is a ratings app. This is one of the first apps that I've seen where they actually put ratings on cryptocurrencies. You get to see the current prices like you would on Live Coin Watch or Coin Paprika, but they also are doing ratings. I downloaded the app And I am now, and by the way, it's called Buy Sell Hodl if you want to download it. And I downloaded it to my phone. So let me give you a couple of these ratings. First, Cardano. They put a buy rating on Cardano. They've got a 12-month price target of 12 cents. Litecoin, they've got a buy rating, a 12-month target of $130.87. Binance Coin, they've got a buy rating. They've got a 12-month price target of $33.01. Bitcoin buy rating, 12-month price target 8,855. Ethereum buy rating, 12-month price target $306. Tron buy rating, 12-month price target 5 cents. I'm going to skip that one. Stellar buy rating, 12-month price target 21 cents. XRP buy, 12-month price target 61 cents. And let me see if there's any others that I wanted to go over. Let's see. I'll do EOS. EOS, they have a HODL rating on, and they've got a 12-month price target of $5.96. So that's just a few, and they have message boards, I believe, in there, and they give you all kinds of different metrics that you can look at. All right, next, I've received this today, and I wanted to go over this with you guys. I received this from someone in the United States. And they said they sent something they got from Coinbase. This is the email. This is just one line out of the email they got. Due to suspicious activity on your account, we have increased the holding time before you can withdraw your funds to 14 business days. And I asked if anyone else was receiving this. Let me refresh that. I think a lot of people have received this. They don't give you any reason other than, oh, it's just suspicious activity, and now they're going to hold your money for 14 days. 14 days, that's a long time. So, like down in here, there was somebody, this one, Crypto Dash says all the time, I use a debit card transaction, my coins are available immediately, but if I used an ACH transaction, they tack on that extremely amount of hold time on my coins. So basically a lot of people in here said they've gotten the same thing. So the question I was asked when they sent this to me, this is somebody I know, but when they sent this to me, they were asking what are the other options, and since they're in the United States, that's an easy one for me. Bob Way commented on it actually today. He said, if Greg Kidd trusts Uphold, then I trust Uphold. Thanks, Uphold, for everything you do for the XRP community. And he was tweeting this from, this was a tweet from Uphold. We were one of the first platforms to provide full support for XRP. We love receiving feedback from our members in the XRP community. Don't miss out. Leave your review here. So, folks, I know for a fact these people are the real deal, okay? I've talked to some of their people over there too. But this is Uphold. Go to uphold.com and you can open an account. You can send XRP. You can take your XRP out. The one thing I would tell you with Uphold or any other exchange, I would tell you two things. The first one is before you put any significant amount of digital assets on their exchange, just like all exchanges, make sure that you set it up so that you can withdraw in the kind of the size amounts that you want to when the time comes that you need to get out, okay? So because you don't want your stuff to go on there and then go through the approval process. What if you let's say you sent $50,000 worth of XRP to Uphold, and then tomorrow we hit a bull run and Uphold was having problems processing customer service orders. It's happened in every single bull run where log jams occur. You don't want that to happen. You want to get approved to pull your money out in whatever amounts you envision ahead of time. And so the second thing I would tell you is what I've been telling you since I started this channel. Don't leave your digital assets on any exchange. Get a Ledger Nano. Well, you can get a Nano X or a Ledger Nano S. The X is the one Bluetooth enabled, and the S is the original Ledger. This is what I use. This is what most of the people in the business use. You can store your digital assets offline. You can have your private keys yourself. Is the right way to say that. This is in the description of every video that I do. You can click on the link and go straight to their site and get one. Next, from C3 Nick, I sent him the XRP Torch. I just sent the XRP Torch to Wheat Say Wind, one of the hardest working community members. The XRP Torch arrived in seconds. No liquidity problems. Compare that to others. Cough, BTC Lightning Torch. So he sent it to Wheat Say Wind. Then Wheat Say Wind tweeted this. I received the XRP Torch from C3 Nick, 23 XRP, and forwarded it to 24 XRP to Mr. HVD. So the next guy's got it now. Now, we started this torch, I think, last week or early this week. And so this thing is going around now. Not a hiccup at all. Not like they had with the Lightning Network for Bitcoin. Okay, and finally, a week ago, I did a video in which I said that Charles Hoskinson needs a pitch man. He's a genius. Charles Hoskinson is a genius. He has sold many people on the idea of what a great technology Cardano is. But I said a week ago that I found myself feeling like I was sitting in a college class surrounded by a bunch of PhDs every time he talks. He answers a lot of questions, but they're all questions having to do with the tech and not what an investor like myself wants to hear. I want to hear about adoption. What are the plans? Who are you working with now? Who are you talking to now? Who might you be working with? The type of things that a potential investor or those of us that are just the average Joe want to hear about. Yeah, the technology is interesting, but after a while, we're not interested in that. We want to hear about who's thinking of, are there any companies? Here's one of my number one questions. Are there any companies that plan on tokenizing assets, planning on using the Cardano smart contract platform? That is a big question, if you can answer that question. But anyway, so after I said that in the video about how he needs a pitch man, and it's not a knock on Charles Hoskinson. All I meant by that was he does what he does. He's the tech guy. Well, at the same time, he's his own genius. At the same time, you need a sales genius. You need a marketing genius to go out there and tell the public about Cardano and why they should, or not necessarily why they should own Cardano. Well, tell them what Cardano is doing from a business standpoint so that they can really believe in this technology. So today, this came out. Cardano Foundation is hiring. We are looking for a communications and marketing director. Check out these job specs here, and if interested, please apply. And so they posted this, and I'll just read you this part. We are searching for a communications and marketing director for the Cardano Foundation. You will lead the development of the Cardano Foundation's public profile across its global audience. In line with the organization's strategy, you will assume responsibility for marketing, communications, and media at the CF, and we will work with partner organizations, including IOHK and Emergo, to raise the profile of the CF and the Cardano project. Way to go, Cardano, because you guys, I don't know if this has anything to do with what I said last week, probably not, but way to go, guys. This is a good move. This is a smart move. And those of you out there who are listening to my voice, the digital asset investor is buying Cardano because this tells me that they know what's going on. It's not just me screaming to the stars. These guys are paying attention. I don't know if they're paying attention to me. I saw a few people tweet out the same thing I was saying after I said it. Hopefully they were listening, but regardless of whether they were or weren't, they're doing a good thing here. This is really one of the first times I've seen, besides Tron and maybe Stellar, and of course Ripple, this is one of the first times that I've seen Cardano do something that appears to me to be them trying to get the message out and talk to business and not just talk about tech. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button and tell your friends and family that the digital asset investor is buying Cardano. Thank you for listening.